Hello everybody, we are going to talk about functions today, and I'm going to shrink this down real quick. Actually it grew on me while I switch screens. So today we're going to take a look at kind of the basic structure, and if you may have heard these different names for this, so some people call them methods, some people call them functions. In the beginning we're going to call them functions. There's always a debate on what's a function and what's a method. And a subprogram for that meaning, and then if you're old school enough, subroutine. But basically, a function is going to be able to break your programming up into simple parts, and then maybe even return some information, just like a math function. So the first step is kind of just getting the basics of them, and that's why I shrunk my font here for a couple seconds. Is that this area right here is a function. Now by itself it will not run. Needs to be called, and by called it means referred to or told, essentially turn on, do your thing. So these, let me see if we can go up a little bit more. I'm going to, just not to distract you, if you want to go ahead and type this, go ahead and pause and type it in. But what actually runs here for this program are these three lines. Words hello, which you guys probably recognize already as a string that's going into the variable words. Just saying, which is another string. And then we have this hello function call. So in order to run a function, we need a function call and the function itself. So the function call says, hi, words, just saying. So just saying here is already established. Words is already established, and then the word hi is a literal string that we're going to pass. And that's the thing with functions, is that you don't have to pass anything. So in other words, I could make a function that doesn't take anything, like that, and just runs. It's kind of customary to put the parentheses right by the actual word hello. Or you can put pass variables into the function that it can use. Oops, Control Z. I didn't cut properly. So this is going to pass the word hi and then these two in. And why is that important? Because this part of the program doesn't see words or just saying. It doesn't get to know those. You actually have to tell it to these things in order for them to be used. And even when they can be used, they may not be the same. So in other words, if you look up here, we pass these three in, and then we go up to the actual function. Now the function name itself should be the same name as this. It has to be identical. But see how greetings is equal to hi? Is where the hi is, and then word and words together. And then of course middle and just saying. These correspond one to one, but really what it's saying is greetings is equal to hi, word is equal to words, and middle is equal to just saying. And in fact, at this point, I'm going to just take this out. I'm going to put it over here. So whatever gets put into these gets passed in, but they're a copy of them. They don't exist on their own. And once this function is done, then it throws away greetings, word, and middle, and then the only thing left to exist are words and just saying as in terms of variables. Now this function is just going to spit out a nice little print function, which is a function in itself. So we're actually calling a print function by doing this, and it's going to take those three words, and notice they don't have to be in order anymore. So hi comes in first, words come in second, and just saying comes in third. But the words and just saying get flip-flopped in there. And why don't we just give this a run to see what it does. So, hi, just saying hello. So it just concatenates those three texts or strings, as we like to call them, and puts them together. So hi comes from the actual word hi. Just saying actually comes from the word just saying. It's different, but notice there's a space, and we put a little apostrophe inside the double quotes so that it could show up here. Just saying. So there's the spaces, and then we put that first apostrophe in there, and then we put the word in here when the word is hello, comes in as hello, but we have to add that last apostrophe. So these apostrophes here are not the same in our output. The first one comes from the just saying, and the second one comes from right here, where we actually put a single quote within double quotes. Okay, so that is essentially it. And we can run this guy as many times as we want. So I can write a second one, say hello, and then put hi again, comma, what. And actually, let's go ahead and make them all literal strings. And quote who. So now I don't necessarily have to pass in I don't have to pass in necessary variables. I can just pass in direct words. And actually, I forgot to stop that. So let's go ahead and run that again. And now you see hi, who, what, and then apostrophe, because that apostrophe sticks still. And the rest get to. Not exactly a great line, but you know, maybe a Mad Lib or something like that. But essentially, we can do either or and mixed. Now, when you first came in, you probably saw this. Actually, before I do this or talk about this, I want to explain the basic setup of all functions. If you look at the way a function is set up, like I said, there's a function call, which consists of the function name and then what they refer to as the arguments, and the arguments be hi, words, and just saying. Then that calls the actual function, and in Python you have to have the DEF to make it a function, because that's short for function definition. Followed by the function name. As you can see, these guys have to be the same. Hello has to be hello, and then parameters and arguments. And so arguments are what you put into a function or you pass into a function. Parameters are what you receive from the function call. And the reason why we call them two different things is basically because they can be. They don't have to match up one for one. Then once you're in, make sure you have the colon. Remember, the colon is very important to any, I guess, parts of programs like loops, lists, etc. Excuse me, ifs. Any parts of programs that you know use, I guess, make decisions and those sorts of things. Then of course the other important thing is the indent that says that this is part of that oops is part of that function. So if I go back all the way to here, it's no longer part of the function. In fact, it won't like this because now there's nothing here that's part of the function. You know, and worse off that print, as it says here, is now trying to print middle and word, but middle and word don't even, excuse me, greeting middle and word, which don't even exist at this point. So let's not do that. Let's go back, and one tab's good enough. And then we're going to, okay, now let's go to the second part. Actually, let's pick, I got a better idea. Let's pick this up in the next video.